add details, a background, and color. First, I'll share with you a little bit about an artist, Frida Kahlo, who is very well known for her self-portraits and expressing things about herself and her life through her paintings. So you as the artist will think about this week, what accessories do you want to add? What kind of background do you want to have for your self-portrait? Because just as much as the details of our face share about who we are, so do the things we choose to add in our pictures as artists. You can use any materials that you have available for this lesson. Have fun expressing who you are in your self-portrait.
There are many amazing self-portrait artists, and you can learn more about some of them in this week's learning plan. Frida Kahlo here was a famous Mexican artist known best for her self-portraits. She was strongly influenced by Mexican folk culture and was known for using bright colors and dramatic symbolism. She grew up in a house called La Casa Azul with her parents and 6 sisters. That house is actually now the Frida Kahlo Museum. As a child, she loved to draw, and at age 6, she caught a disease called polio, which damaged her right leg and made it hard for her to walk. She wanted to be a doctor when she grew up, but a serious accident happened and she had to recover from many operations. But through it all, she kept painting. Her mom even made her an easel so that she could paint in bed. She painted portraits often and wanted to show people about her suffering, and she used a lot of symbols to show them. She was also very proud of her Mexican heritage and inspired by Mexican art. She made paintings that were wonderfully colorful and bright and had a lot of patterns and symbols. Her paintings are full of feathers, flowers, dancing, music, and texture. Often animals. She really loved animals, so you might see monkeys, parrots, dogs, and deer. Her work inspired other artists to reveal their emotions or their fantasies. So some self-portrait artists paint themselves really realistically, while others really use their imagination. She was called the people's painter because she endured and fought through such great struggle in her life. She was a really strong woman who overcame a lot of predicaments and did what she was best, despite her pain and hardship. People often visit her home in Mexico to see where her great art was created and to appreciate what a single person can accomplish against all odds. For parts of her life, Frida Kahlo was married to another famous artist in Mexico named Diego Rivera. He was best known for his murals that he painted in public places. Just like Frida, you can use color, details, and accessories and your backgrounds to express things about yourself, whether it's a fantasy or dream or a feeling you want to share with the world. This was my self-portrait from last year, so here you can see the stages of how I added color. So before you start adding your details, background, and color, if there's any last adjustments you want to make with your mirror and looking at your face, you can do that now. And remember, you can use this very helpful worksheet. So you want to add your details and your background first with a pencil still, because again, pencil's not permanent. If you wanted to draw a hat on your portrait, you might draw over where the hat would be and erase on the inside. Maybe you wanted to add an earring. Are your glasses square? Are they round like this? These are self-portraits, so the more things you add that you actually wear, the more it might be recognizable as you. And if you did a masked portrait, that's just another opportunity to show your unique style. My background last year, I used a lot of symbolism. So when I put flowers up here, it's because I love gardening and nature. And these two sides, I just put different shapes, which is kind of what I was thinking for my shirt this year to show my love for art. And I just chose the piano keys to symbolize my love for music altogether. So I could have drawn a banjo and guitar also, but to me those circles here symbolize that. So sometimes something as simple as a shape can symbolize something more meaningful about yourself. You could even look at a picture that you like for a background and look at it and draw the background. So it can really be anything. Having sketch paper and just practicing little things helps give you an idea of what it might look like. So I'm going to work on my background now, and you'll see that I'll just be drawing lightly and in pencil. So that way if I want to change things along the way, I can just do that. Before I start adding color, I like to outline my work. So I like to take a black marker and just trace over the lines, especially because I have a lot of erase marks, so that will really help me see what I want to color. But you could just start adding color first and decide if you want to outline it later. So it's up to you as the artist. My picture all outlined and it's ready to have color added to it. The closer things are to you, the more bold and bright they're going to be. So they'll be bigger and more bold. So I outlined with a thicker marker my face and banjo because that's what's inside, and everything that's supposed to be outside of the house I'm going to make lighter. So I might color this part of what's out the window a much lighter color. But I'm going to focus on coloring my hair and skin and eye color right now. So I just picked out a bunch of colors that I thought might work for my skin tone. You could try to pick out some colors you think might work and kind of test them on the piece of paper. And you can even hold your hand right to them and kind of try to match what you think would work. So you might want to keep your mirror nearby because right now I'm actually looking in the mirror at my eye color to see if these browns will work well. We all have different skin colors and we want to celebrate that by finding the shade or the tone that's closest to us. So instead of having it be really orange, if you press really lightly, you can get a lighter skin tone. Same with a brown crayon, you can really press dark if you have a darker skin tone or a little lighter or something in between. So even if you don't have all the different skin colors, you can work with what you do have, or you can just leave it for now and let me know if you need some resources to get the right color. And to color my hair, I'm going to use the same techniques I did when I found my eye color. And I have dark brown and a lot of blonde in my hair, so I might use a nice mix of colors. So now I've colored in what's called my foreground, everything that's up close to me. The rest is supposed to be at the window, so that's going to look further away. So I drew things smaller, and I'm going to make things lighter in color. So when I color the sky, for instance, back here, I'm barely pressing with my pencil this time. Everything's going to be really light so that it looks far away from me. And depending on what kind of background you're using, you might use a trick like that too. So the things closer to you in the picture are going to be bolder and bigger, and everything that's further away in your picture will be lighter and less detailed. When you are totally done adding all your details and color and background, you can go ahead and sign your self-portrait. So I wrote my name and then 2021.